You thought we'd stop at frozen foods? Well, you're greatly mistaken. Is eating chicken noodle soup from scratch a better deal than eating it out of a can? Let's find out on this brand new series, Yes You Can. I bought this can of Progresso chicken noodle soup for about $2.39 at my grocery store as of December 2023. The soup has been prepared, and the first thing I'm noticing is just how soft the noodles look. It really looks like the noodles have been sitting in a can of broth for a pretty damn long time. But you know, that's the magic of preservatives. And also the broth looks very murky and yellow, so that's an interesting color. But let's taste it and find out. For such a salt-heavy soup, this has barely any salt in it. I was honestly shocked at how unseasoned it was as I ate it. Let's see if we can't get this price even lower per serving if we make it homemade. And also, just a friendly reminder that for a tiny YouTube channel like North Star Cooking, engagement is key. That means I highly encourage you to like the video, to subscribe, and to ring the bell for notifications so you always know when a new episode of this show or Thawed Out is coming out. It really helps this tiny channel grow. Now let's thaw this, let's open this recipe up. I'm gonna come up with a new catchphrase pretty soon. The most straightforward and affordable way to go about chicken is to buy pre-made rotisserie chicken and shred it up. You could buy a whole young chicken and cook it and marinate it yourself if you want, but a rotisserie chicken works just as well. Just dismember
all of its little limbs and hide them under the floorboards.
I mean, shred the meat off with forks, what are you talking about? But don't throw out the carcass, we're gonna use that for our broth. Now you can use boxed chicken stock if you truly don't have the time, and if you're lame, but we bought rotisserie chicken for a reason. We're killing two birds with one stone. In a large pot, dump your carcass, add a few stalks of celery, some carrots, and an onion, and 8 cups of water. And let that bad boy simmer for a good 3-ish hours and remove any bad bits that float to the top. Just remember to cover it with the lid because I almost forgot to do that. Oopsie. Then remove everything and drain through a strainer, and that is some beautiful chicken stock. For the soup itself, we're gonna use the same large pot. We'll start with a glob of butter and throw in 3 to 4 cut up carrots, 2 cut ribs of celery, and 1 diced onion. Let them soften a bit and then add a clove or 2 of minced garlic. And saute for another 30 seconds. Add your chicken stock and throw in some dried sage, rosemary, and some salt. Bring the broth to a boil and add your nudes, in my case butter nudes. Let the pasta cook until al dente and turn off the heat. Add your shredded chicken and it'll heat up in the broth. Now that right there is something I can slurp down so fast if I was sick. And look at that, we were actually able to get our price per serving lower than Progresso. So, mission successful, you can make this for a cheaper price per serving at home. So I think I made my soup a little bit more hearty than Progresso did, but that's okay because I like my soups just a little bit more hearty than your average person versus brothy soups. So it's very noodle and chicken forward. The broth kind of takes a back seat, but it really still helps out here. And just the visual of those really big chunks of chicken is a very welcoming sign. It's like I'm sick and my mom made me soup. Yeah, this is pretty good. It's salt forward like it should be, but I'm also noticing the other spices like sage and rosemary that I put in here as well. That's helping out a lot. The freshness of the fresh made broth also really helps out here. And like I said, just the amount of noodles and the amount of chicken just makes it so much more appealing to me. Thank you so much for watching this very first episode of Yes We Can. If you enjoyed this and you were inspired to make your own chicken noodle soup at home, hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more Yes You Can.